Hello people of the Demonic Intellect, Dark Reviewer here again. This is my third video today. I'm firing through deck reviews! But yeah, majority of these videos I'm doing in preparation for Link Summoning, considering it's coming out in a couple of weeks and loads of decks will be crippled. So I thought, I'll go through some of the old deck archetypes that people never wanted to run and give them a show off today, as I've prepared them for links, and see if you want to run them or not. You can try them online. I've tested all mine out. But yeah, here they are. This is my Subterrors. These, in all fairness, this is my best one I've got so far. This one doesn't require you going into the extra deck, but you can if you so want to. So it can make some really fun and easy moves if you ever need to. But anyway, here's the first. I run double, Nemesis Archer. You can run this at 1, 2, or 3. I chose to run it at 2 because I never really drew into it, or I drew too much into it when I was running it 1 at 2. So I 1 at 3 of them. So I chose 2 as a balance between them. So I drew into it, but not spammy in the deck. But this card has 2 really useful effects. One, if it attacks a face down monster, or you control another face-up Subterror monster. That also includes herself, so if you have 2 on the field, you would attack and shuffle that monster back into the opponent's deck, plus has the added ability of when it would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can sorry, I'm not all that well. You can special summon any Subterror monster you have from your deck to your side of the field in face-down defense position. So you can really get any Subterror you want for no price, and it makes really easy combos. Next, I run triple, Subterror Fiendness. Fiendness, well, she's a bit difficult to really explain. She's a hand trap as well as one of your main playmakers. When your opponent would activate a card or effect, you can discard her from either on your side of the field or from your hand, negating the card's activation. But you also have to target a face-up Subterror monster you control, flip it face down, negate the monster activation, destroy it, and you get a free flip. Also, you can target a monster and change it to face-down defense position, as I said, and send this card to your graveyard. But you can also special summon Subterrors from it. It's easy if you get a hold of one and read it, but I can send you. I'm planning to put links all in the description eventually when I get around to it. But yeah, if you run the deck, you have to run this guy at triple. You can't run it at double or single. You need it at triple. It's the main card for the deck. Next, I got triple Nemesis Warrior. Warrior is really good for the deck, considering he can be special from the graveyard when a Subterror is flipped. Next, for the Behemoths. Now, Subterror Behemoths, you can swap out mainly any of them for anything. I'll tell you which ones you need to run at what for this build, but there is one Subterrors in this you have to run. First, Kraken. When he's flipped, for each Subterror monster, you can target a set card and get rid of it completely and send it to the graveyard, but unfortunately it's equal to the amount of Subterrors you have face up. So say if you only have 1 up, you only can bounce 1 card your opponent controls. If you have 5 face up, you can bounce 5 cards. But if your opponent runs out of cards, you have to start popping your own stuff. So this is something you have to plan for in advance. Next, Glazer. Glazer, it can be run with anything really. Essentially, he's a Foolish Burial for the entire deck. And same as all Behemoths, he can flip himself face down once per turn. But he can Foolish anything for no price, and he's a 2600 beater, so there's not really a downside with him there. Next, I got Strix. Strix can banish your opponent's stuff when flipped, so this is the guy you have to run at triple in any Subterror deck. Stalagmo. When he's flipped, you discard any Subterror monster and you can draw 2 cards from your deck. It's really good, and it isn't really cloggy. It helps you refresh your hand quite often. And once again, same as all Subterrors, he flips them face down. This guy I run at triple, but you can run him at doubles or singles if you want. I like triple mainly because he can flip all Subterror monsters into face down defense position. So it's an all-max shield for any situation. And then he can also flip himself face down, so there isn't a downside with him. That's it for the Subterror stuff. Next, just for the finish off the monster lineup, I go on 1 Invoker for fusion materials, 2 Ghost Ogres. These are dead cheap right now. Get hold of them while you can. And lastly, considering there is a field spell ran in the deck, I run 2 Cyber End Malefics. This you can swap out for anything. I chose to run this because it's a fun little thing to throw at your opponent, because no one ever expects you to go, yes, in my flip effect deck I'm going to play a 4000 beat stick from my main deck. The highest they expect from you is a 3000, so that's where they focus mainly. But that's it for the monsters. Next to the spells and traps, 1 Invocation. That's the fusion spell for Alistair the Invoker to make the fusion monsters in the extra deck, which I'll show later. 1 Subterror Cave Clash. This you can run for anything in the deck. I chose to run it just because it gives it an extra little buff and it's a bit of fun to use against your opponent, but you can swap it out for anything really you want to run. Next, 1 copy of 1 for 1 to get Fiendness. 1 Book of Moon, for as it is a flip deck, it's best to have your stuff flip face down. 1 Reinforcement of the Army to get a Nemesis Warrior to your hand. Double Galaxy Cyclone. You can use this with Glacier to send it to the graveyard if you need to destroy face-up stuff, or just to clear out your deck. 1 Instant Fusion. This is for something in the extra deck, which I'll show in a little bit. I run triple Terraforming. Terraforming is really useful for this deck. You have to run it if you're running Subterrors. And next for the Subterror's field spell, the Hidden City. Now if you don't know what this does, it has a couple effects. First, when it's activated, you search out any Subterror from your deck and add it to your hand. This also has an effect that flips cards face down. And also, if your opponent declares an attack, you can flip a Subterror monster face up and negate that attack. So it is a really useful field spell for the Subterror archetype, and it was what they needed from a while back. Next for the traps, Subterror Final Battle. This has 4 effects, but normally the only ones you need to care about, in my opinion with the deck, is the attack increase, which combines the attack and defense together, buffing up both their attack and defense. So it's a universal boost. The strongest card in the deck you can make from it is 5100, which is Glacier, and it can also flip your monsters face up or face down, plus it can stop them from being targeted or affected. But the best bit about this card, it has a Scrap Iron Scarecrow backup effect, which can flip it face down after activation, so it's there again for your next turn. Next, 1 Quaking Mirror Force, and I run this, but you can run anything else here if you want. 1 Royal Decree, stopping all trap cards. Considering you don't run many in the deck, it wouldn't stop you that much, but it'll fuck over your opponent really easily. But anyway, that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, you don't even need this, but I run an extra deck with this because it's fun. 1 Crystal Wing, 1 Black Rose, 1 Hastor, 1 Trishula. That's it for the Synchros. I run 1 Cowboy, 1 Ark, and 1 Dark Rebellion for Exceeds. And for fusions, 1 Norden for an instant fusion target. 1 of the light invoked monsters. 2 of the earth invoked, and 1 Raijin. The last 2 spaces, if you want to run the Malefic version of it, which I have here, you have to run a Cyber End Dragon in your extra deck. So I've left 2 spaces there just to inform you of this, but if you want to run the same version I have, that's 15 cards. If you don't want the Cyber Dragon, but you want the extra deck, that's 13. But that's it. That's my Subterror build. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave in the comments below what you want to see, and hopefully I'll get one more video out today. This is the Dark Reviewer, signing out.